Hey 8th graders, today's lesson is 2.1 Harnessing Energy. Your learning targets for today, I can identify where objects get their energy. So that's going to be kind of our main focus, is where does energy come from? So if we see an object that has energy, how did it get that energy? Okay, did it create it itself? Did it come from something else? Or are we looking at only certain objects having the ability to have and use energy? Okay, first things first, you have to add some notes into your OneNote, and the only thing that you're really adding today is generator. So a generator is a machine that can convert kinetic energy into electrical energy. So again, I'm going to add this into my Harnessing Human Energy section that I created a couple days ago, and this is of course a vocab word, so I'm going to add that there. You can see generator, a machine that can convert kinetic energy into electrical energy. Okay, so electrical energy really is just another form of kinetic energy, but for now we're going to kind of think of them as two different energies, kind of like we think of thermal energy as well. All right, moving back into our assignment, your warm-up for today was to jump into this little sorting tool and decide whether each object has kinetic or potential energy. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. This is kind of a good review of our last lesson that we did last class. I'm going to go ahead and open that link up, and it's going to look a little something like this. Okay, again, you're looking at a lot of the same things, and the last time we did something similar to that, you guys had two columns and where you guys saw something with evidence of energy, where you guys could see that energy moving, and then ones that you guys didn't see the energy. But just because you can't see the energy doesn't mean it's not there. So you guys are looking again these same items that you've been looking at in this sorting tool, and you guys are sorting them now based on our definitions of kinetic and potential energy. And just as a recap, kinetic energy is the energy that an object has because it is moving. Again, this is easily observed. If an object is moving or changing, it has kinetic energy. Okay, versus potential energy, we can't always see this, but we know it's something that's stored. So it has the ability to move or change because there is stored energy in it in the form of potential energy. So an example of this might be a ball that's being held on the top of a hill. The second we let that ball go, we know it's going to move. Okay, so just because it's not moving when we're holding it on the top of the hill doesn't mean that it won't move or doesn't have the ability to move the second we let go of it. Okay, the example we used from class yesterday was also the wind-up toys. So an example of potential energy there would be when we took the wind-up toy, we wound the little crank on it, and then we held that. So it's not moving, but the second I let go of that wind-up, it's going to start moving for us. Okay, all right, so looking back at our sorting tool, you guys will go ahead and sort these objects based on whether or not they have observable kinetic energy because they're moving, or because they have potential energy if they're not moving. And if there are any that you guys think don't have energy at all, okay, leave them over here. All right, go ahead, take a screenshot of that, and we're going to go ahead and put it here on slide 4, and that will conclude our warm-up. Okay, remember that you guys can pause this video at any point to complete a section that I just described to you, and then when you're done with that section, go ahead and start this video back up and we can move on. All right, so activity 3 today is a quick little poll, and you guys will need your draw tool for this according to the little Bitmoji of me in a banana suit. So how do objects get energy? So really this is that focus that we have for today's lesson. You have 3 claims that you guys are going to look at, and you guys are going to use your draw tool to choose which claim you think applies best in these situations. Oops. All right, so claim 1, objects can make their own energy. Claim 2, objects get their energy from other objects that have energy. Or claim 3, only living things have energy. So these are kind of referenced in the beginning when I first talked about that. So take a second, think about these, and choose which claim you guys think best represents how an object gets its energy. Okay, moving on, you're going to test this in the sim. For this, you guys will need to open up the sim link here. Remember, anytime you use your draw tool, you need to click back on the cursor. Now that I've clicked back on mine, I can go ahead, right-click, and open this link here. And that's going to take us into this sim, which you guys should recognize from the other day. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of model a system that might work and show us what a generator might look like and how we might use it in a situation. So if I have fuel as my energy source, I can also change how much fuel I use. I'm going to crank this up for fun. I'm going to grab that and attach it to an engine. And then that engine is going to run the generator. And the generator is going to charge up a battery. Once I find a battery, here we go. And that battery is going to be connected to a little LED light. So we'll definitely have the ability to store some energy in that battery as well. All right, I'm gonna click run. I'm gonna run through my system. Notice how my energy is going into the engine. The engine is running the generator. The generator is charging the battery. And once I plug in the LED light and turn it on to the battery, I'm gonna go ahead and hit transfer, and we can see how that LED light uses up the energy that's stored in here. So we have a couple different keys that you guys might look for throughout this, okay? Obviously you can see the amount of energy transferred in as we use up the gas, okay? So all the gas is gone right about this point. So we've transferred in all of the energy from that gas. Notice that we've already lost some energy in our system, probably in our engine, in our generator, and even our battery. If you guys have ever charged the battery of your phone, you notice it gets hot. Okay, so we lost a lot of energy in this system specifically to thermal energy. So that's why our total energy in the system is not 100, even though that's what we put in. Okay, we lost quite a bit, 36 kilojoules to heat. Okay, and then again, once we start transferring in to our light, then we can see that our electrical potential energy, our basically electricity or our energy that was stored in the battery is going down as it's turning into light energy. So again, these tags kind of show us where our energy lies. You know, back here it's potential and kinetic. Potential because we're storing energy in our fuel, converting that into kinetic energy of our engine. Our kinetic energy from our engine and our generator are getting converted to electrical, which is charging our battery in the form of electrical potential. Okay, so what you guys will do then is you guys have these three claims that you're observing. Objects can make their own energy. Objects get energy from other objects that have energy, or claim 3, only living things have energy. So what you're going to do is you're going to decide which claim you're going to investigate in the sim, and you're welcome to work with your table partner, but you guys are at home, so you don't really have a table partner. I'm sorry. And you're going to select that below. So on the next slide, you're going to use your draw tool, make sure I can see it, and circle which claim you're going to investigate here. Okay? Once you guys have decided which claim, let's go back to our instructions. How are you going to get evidence for that? So think about how you guys are going to get evidence in your sim to support or deny your claim. And then you're going to use the reasoning tool to record your evidence and explain how the evidence supports or goes against the claim you suggested. Okay? So go ahead, you can build any system you want in this. You'll go out back to build, rebuild it, choose what you guys want to build, and then what you're going to fill out with this is obviously a screenshot of what system you settled on. And here you're going to pick 2 pieces of evidence in the system that you built. So what did you observe happening there? Okay, so find 2 different things that you observed in that system as you ran it. And then why does that evidence matter? Why does that either support or reject your claim that you chose up here? So either objects can make their own energy, objects get it from other objects with energy, or only living objects have energy. So choose one of those and fill out this little small table. I kind of shortened that down for you guys. Okay, finally, you guys have another part of your sim you're gonna do. You guys are gonna build 2 different systems that can launch a ball, okay? So use the sim link, build 2 different systems that can launch a ball. You guys will need to screenshot both of your systems on slide 11. So here's system 1 to launch a ball, build another one that also launches a ball, that's system 2. And then answer these 2 questions about your system. In your first system, where did the ball get its energy from in order to move? So when the ball launched it, where did it get its energy from? And then in the second system, where did the ball get its energy from in order to move? Again, your system should be a little bit different, so it should have gotten its energy from elsewhere. And then finally, do your wrap up. Do you have any questions? Circle yes or no. If you do, type them right here. And then 4, 3, 2, 1, how do you think you did on your assignment? Wonderful, you guys did it. You can hand this in. Don't forget to hand it in, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.